Hello, everyone, and welcome to the March edition of AOPA's State Policy Forecast. I'm your host, Sam Miller, and today I'll be giving you the most up-to-date information on the current OMP climate. With the help of our members, AOPA tracks and addresses state-level policy challenges across the country. I'll be giving you the scoop on just a few of those efforts over the next few minutes. To start things off, we're headed to Oregon to get an update on some insurance fairness legislation. SB 797, which implements insurance fairness for enrollees of all ages in state commercial health insurance plans, has quickly moved to the state legislature, passing through the Senate Committee on Healthcare before unanimously passing its Senate floor vote with the help of a strong showing of O&P patient and practitioner witnesses. As a reminder, Oregon previously enacted insurance fairness through HB 2517 in 2007, but the law was repealed in 2017 due to a sunset clause in Oregon statute. The bill now awaits committee assignment in the House. Next, we'll travel to New York, where a trio of O&P bills have been introduced. The New York legislature has introduced 3 O&P-related bills during this year's session. S3131, an identical companion bill, A5113, direct the Commissioner of Health to conduct a study on New York Medicaid's rate adequacy and patient access. S3468, an identical companion bill A3408, require that Medicaid MCOs reimburse for O&P at no less than 100% of traditional Medicaid. And A4395 implements insurance fairness for individual, group, and inpatient plans in the state, providing coverage for prosthetic devices that are intended for medically necessary rehabilitative and habilitative services as required by the ACA's essential health benefits. Matt Johnson and a coalition of O&P providers in the state are currently working with the champions of these bills to move them through the legislature. Next, we're heading over to Tennessee, where insurance fairness legislation has also been introduced. Identical companion bills, HB 626 and SB 673, introduced in late January, would mandate that private plans in the state offer coverage for prosthetic devices that's at least equivalent to Medicare. Both bills are identical to previous insurance fairness bills SB 2140 and HB 2214, introduced in last year's session. AOPA is currently working with state-level stakeholders to chart a path forward for this legislation in the 2023 and 2024 sessions. All right, folks, it's about that time. We have quite a few So Kids Can Move updates to get through, so let's head on over to New Mexico for some incredible news. After successfully passing out of both the Senate TBT and Judiciary committees, So Kids Can Move team is delighted to share that HB 131, which prohibits insurance companies from discriminating on the basis of disability in the provision of O&P care, has passed its Senate floor vote and is now on its way to the governor's desk. Thanks to the grassroots efforts of advocates Kyle Stepp and Callaway Lewis, the bill received unanimous support in every single vote it faced, including testimony and support from Presbyterian Health Plan and Blue Cross Blue Shield, as it passed out of the legislature before the end of the notoriously short 60-day session. Next, let's move to Illinois for some more news. SB 2195 and HB 3036, identical companion bills mandating coverage of activity-specific devices in commercial health plans for enrollees of all ages, have been introduced in the Illinois legislature with the help of Jim Kaiser and the Illinois Society of Orthotists and Prosthetists. SB 2195 has recently seen some movement, passing out of the Senate Insurance Committee with unanimous vote in favor, including neutral testimony from Blue Cross Blue Shield. The bill now heads to the Senate floor for a vote. Now, we'll travel over to Indiana to fill you in on some more So Kids Can Move process. HB 1433, which requires that Indiana Medicaid and Medicaid MCOs cover orthoses, cover devices intended for physical activity for enrollees under 18, and cover replacements for devices that are lost, stolen, or damaged, or necessitated by changes in the patient's condition, has been absolutely speeding through the state legislature, unlike myself. The bills passed through the House Ways and Means Committee, a full House floor vote, and the Senate Health and Provider Services Committee, with the help of IAOP. The bill now will move to Senate Appropriations before a full Senate floor vote. Next, we'll head southwest to Arkansas for even more exciting news. HB 1252, which amends the state's insurance fairness law to mandate all ages coverage of one device for athletics or recreation and one device for showering or bathing, has successfully passed out of both the House Insurance and Commerce Committee and its full floor vote. The bill will now go to a Senate committee. Finally, let's get down to Colorado, where we have some more great news. HB 1136, which has recently been amended to require commercial private and group insurance plans in the state to cover activity-specific prostheses for enrollees of all ages, has successfully passed out of the House Health and Insurance Committee with a unanimous 11-0 vote in favor, thanks in part to a strong showing by the Rocky Mountain O&P Coalition. The bill now moves to the House Appropriations Committee. Well, that just about wraps things up. Thank you for listening to this month's State Policy Forecast. If you'd like to tune into more state O&P policy news, please be sure to check out the AOPA Co-op and the state-by-state section of the O&P Almanac. This is Sam Miller, signing off.